students, I am Miss Diana and I will be your online tutor for this subject. How are you today? I hope you are fine. Okay, before we start, let's see what the lesson learning outcomes are. In this particular lesson, you will learn how to prepare raw data from various sources of information and display the prepared data in suitable graphic forms. In this video, you are going to learn the types of graphs and charts, when to use them, and the important elements that should be included to make your graph complete. In our lesson, we are focusing on 3 types of graphs and charts. They are pie chart, line graph, and bar graph. When do we use these 3 types of graphs and charts? This is an important question to ask ourselves before we select the graph or chart to represent our data. Let's start with pie charts. Pie charts are best used to compare percentages or parts of a whole, and a whole here refers to the total of the values in your data. A piece of the pie represents each value to identify the proportions. For example, here we have pastimes as a whole, and the proportions are reading novels, playing sports, surfing the internet, watching movies, and playing games. Next is a line graph. Line graphs are most useful for showing trends over time rather than static data points. The lines connect each data point so that you can see how the values increased or decreased over a period of time. These periods of time could be years, months, weeks, days, minutes, or even seconds. For example, here we have sales of mystery books from July to December, and the time frame is month, July, August, September, October, November, and December. What about bar graphs? Bar graphs are used to compare things between different groups or to track changes over time. As you see here, we have 2 different groups, which are mystery books and biography books.
Hello everyone, I am Miss Shafa and I shall be your instructor for the next part of the lesson. There are 5 important elements a graph must have, which are title, label for axes, which are X and Y, legend, and data. The title summarizes what the graph depicts. X-axis is the horizontal axis on a line graph. It is independent variable and generally shows time periods. Y-axis is the vertical axis, and this axis is the dependent variable and shows the data you are tracking. Legend is the section that provides information about the tracked data to help viewers read and understand the graph. A legend is most useful when a graph has more than 1 line. It is also important to include the data, which gives better understanding of the graph. Here are step-by-step on how to create a graph or a chart that includes all of the important elements we have just discussed. You can make a chart in PowerPoint, Word, or Excel. However, considering that you are going to present the findings, we are going to show how to create your chart in PowerPoint straight away. We are going to start with a line graph. In PowerPoint, click Insert Chart. Click the chart type and then double-click the chart that you want. In the worksheet that appears, replace the placeholder data with your own data. Once you have modified the data, close the worksheet. If you need to open it again, right-click Edit Data. Click the plus button located in the top right corner. Add all of the important elements such as title, axis titles, legend, and data label. For a data label, you can choose to have it in the center, inside and, outside and, best fit or data call out. So, let's change this line graph into a bar graph. Right-click the chart. Change chart type. Usually, we use a bar graph to show comparison between groups and to track changes over time. We already have a time period here. So, let's add another data to have a different group. Don't forget to change the title too.
Hello everyone, I am Miss Haja and I will guide you on how to create a pie chart. Now that you know how to create a bar or line graph, creating a pie chart would be a breeze. First, just like for the graph, you click Insert, Chart, Pie, and then pick the pie chart you want to add to your slide. In this resulting menu, we are going to choose 2D pie. Once you have clicked that, your pie chart will appear together with the spreadsheet. In the spreadsheet that appears, replace the placeholder data with your own information. When you have finished, close the spreadsheet, click the chart, and then click the icons next to the chart to add finishing touches. To show, hide, or format things like exist titles or data labels, click the Chart Elements button. Here, make sure your pie chart has all three important elements, which are the title, legend, and percentage. When you first create a pie chart, PowerPoint will use the default colors and design. But if you want to customize your chart to your own liking, you have plenty of options. The easiest way to get an entirely new look is with chart styles. In the design portion of the ribbon, you'll see a number of different styles displayed in a row. Mouse over them to see a preview. Another way you can customize your chart is by picking a new color scheme. Use the Change Colors drop-down to select a new one. You can also use these chart styles or Change Colors drop-downs for graphs too. In addition, you can choose to customize the graph or chart by manually recoloring the segment or bar. Let's go to the bar graph that we have created before for an example. Here, click the bar or segment that you want to recolor and then right-click the chart and choose Fill. Remember, it is important to click on only a bar for this to work. There you go. The bars for mystery books are in the color of your choice. You are done. Lastly, check your graph and charts. Make sure your chosen graphs and charts are suitable with the data presented. For example, line graph shouldn't be used if there is no changes in data over time. Make sure all the important elements are included. For pie chart, it should have title, percentage, and legend. And for bar or line graph, make sure to include title, horizontal and vertical axis labels, data, and legend. Okay students, now let's recap what we have learned today. We have learned on the types of graphs and chart, when to use them, and the important elements that should be included to make your graph complete. That's all. Thanks for watching.